Welcome back to another video from your friends here at Altitude University. Flying a drone can be fun, exciting, and profitable, but it is not without its challenges. Stick around, and in today's video, we'll point out the top mistakes drone pilots make and how to avoid them. Before we begin, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons so we can continue to provide you with more drone-related content. Flying a drone is an exciting and rewarding experience, but for new pilots, it's easy to make mistakes that can lead to crashes or other issues. Drones are not only fun, but also sophisticated machines that require attention and responsibility. Whether you're flying for recreational purposes or preparing for your FAA Part 107 license to operate commercially, understanding common mistakes and how to avoid them is crucial to becoming a safer, more skilled pilot. One of the most frequent mistakes new pilots make is skipping the pre-flight check. In the excitement of getting their drone in the air, many pilots overlook essential checks such as ensuring the battery is fully charged, propellers are secure, and the GPS signal is strong. This oversight can lead to preventable problems like losing signal mid-flight or even a malfunction in the air. To avoid this, it's essential to always follow a pre-flight checklist, no matter how short the flight is. A quick check of the drone's condition, firmware updates, and surrounding weather conditions can prevent unnecessary accidents and prolong the life of your drone. Another common challenge for beginners is managing the drone's orientation. When the drone is flying away from you, controlling it is straightforward. However, when it turns to face you, the left and right controls are reversed, which can easily confuse new pilots. This disorientation often leads to crashes or losing control of the drone. To prevent this, it's best to practice in wide open spaces where there are no immediate obstacles. Starting with beginner flight modes on that slow the drone's speed can also give you more time to react and understand its movements. Remember to always be aware of the drone's nose, which is the front of the drone, and if you get lost in orientation, make use of features like the return to home function that will bring the drone back safely. You'll definitely want to check out our video on drone practice drills to hone your flying skills and avoid this mistake. One of the most dangerous mistakes is flying too close to obstacles like trees, buildings, or power lines. New pilots often misjudge the space they have or become so focused on their controller screen that they forget to account for nearby hazards. Even drones with obstacle avoidance systems can still get into trouble if they're flown recklessly. The best way to avoid collisions is to maintain a safe distance from any obstacles and fly at a higher altitude than the tallest object in the area. It's also important to keep your movements slow and deliberate, especially when flying in tighter spaces. Giving yourself extra room and time to react will significantly reduce the risk of crashing into something. A critical mistake many beginners overlook is understanding airspace regulations. Not every area is open to flying a drone, and many new pilots unknowingly fly in restricted zones like near airports, military bases, or national parks, which can lead to serious consequences. To avoid breaking the law, always check the airspace you're flying in using apps like Aloft, which provide information on no-fly zones and controlled airspaces. As a drone pilot, it's your responsibility to follow these regulations, whether you're flying recreationally or commercially. Staying below 400 feet and keeping your drone within line of sight are basic rules that keep both your drone and crewed aircraft safe. Battery life is another area where new pilots often make mistakes. It's easy to get caught up in the fun of flying and forget to keep an eye on the battery level. Pushing the drone past its battery limits can result in a crash or losing your drone altogether. To avoid this, always monitor your battery level while flying and plan to land when the battery reaches between 20 and 30%. This gives you enough time to safely return your drone without risking a forced landing. Many drones offer low battery alerts, but it's always better to rely on your judgment. Windy conditions can drain your battery faster, so be mindful of environmental factors that might shorten your flight. Lastly, a bonus mistake that often trips up new pilots is overconfidence after a few successful flights. Once you get the hang of it, it can be tempting to push the limits of your drone and take unnecessary risks. However, overconfidence can lead to accidents and damage. It's essential to keep practicing at a manageable pace, gradually increasing difficulty of your flights as you gain more experience. Even experienced pilots know that respecting safety protocols and flying with caution is key to long-term success. While flying your drone is a skill that takes time to master, avoiding these common mistakes will put you on the path to becoming a safe and capable pilot. By sticking to the basics like pre-flight checks, understanding your drone's orientation, keeping clear of obstacles, following airspace rules, and managing your battery, you'll ensure both your drone and your flying experience remain enjoyable. That's it for today's video. From all of us here at Altitude University, stay safe out there and happy flying.